Another story that came up recently after Punk was fired was that CM Punk and William Regal had a little bit of a confrontation in the back. So, your number 5 pick for the greatest uncrowned world champion in wrestling history, William Regal, apparently got into it verbally with CM Punk on his first day in AEW. This is Regal's first day in AEW. It was reported by Bodyslam.net that CM Punk refused to shake William Regal's hand, told him straight to his face that he didn't like Regal because he was a stooge for Triple H. What do you make of that?
It sounds a normal day at work in the wrestling business, because I guess CM Punk, he holds the grudge somehow, and he may have heard that when I was there. I never heard that about him. I don't know where that comes from, but somebody refusing to shake your hand over that happened in another company. These are the damn wonder that damn Regal didn't get really pissed off, and he may have stretched Mr. CM Punk. You know, Regal's he's pretty rough, and he knows how to wrestle too. So he's not a pushover. And I don't think CM would actually really want to mix it up with Mr. Regal, because from what I've heard of Regal, he's a shooter in his own right. So, but I don't know what happened in WWE. I have no knowledge of that. But the fact that he wouldn't shake his hand and called him a stooge, that's pretty damning. Like that word, damning. Mm-hmm. And it's disrespectful too. Mm-hmm. You can be a lot of things to me, but one thing, don't be disrespectful to me. You can have the biggest beef in the world and we can talk about it, but don't be disrespectful, because all of a sudden now my respect for you goes out the window, and now we're loggerheads.
Mm-hmm. I think you've already pretty much answered it, but does William Regal have some sort of reputation of being a stooge for the office in WWE?
Well, what constitutes a stooge? Somebody says, unless you just go out of your way and say, hey, Triple H, did you hear about Punk? Right? And the reason that I don't know why he would even do that, what position did Regal want that CM Punk had? I guess he wanted unless he wanted his spot. But I think something else happened between them along the way that I have no idea. And who knows? And we can only speculate on it.
Well, Regal retired in 2013 in ring. I think he had one comeback match. I'm just looking at November 2013 against Antonio Cesaro in NXT. But, I mean, it's well known that Triple H and William Regal are good friends and everything, but Regal's pretty much working office at this point. So, yeah, goodness knows what.
I don't know what happened there. Guess what? I don't give a shit. Tell you the truth. This is Punk's. That's the version he gave, so whatever it is, and I don't know what that is.
Well, I don't think you'll know this either then. What were Regal's backstage duties at the time when you were there doing the Zeb Colter thing?
Well, I think he was still working, because we had a few matches with him, and then after that he went into a management type role, I think, or he went to NXT. That's where he went, I think. But I've never had any problem with him at all. He was always very nice, always very cordial to me, because he knows how tough I am, so he didn't want to mix it up with me either, by God. I'd have stretched him. I'd have stretched that Englishman.
Regal apparently didn't consider it a big deal and didn't even tell anyone for months. So obviously, this is another story where people have been sitting on it and then just making it all sort of pile on Punk at the same time after being fired. So that story is a bit opportunistic.
Well, yeah, but it's also his story, not Punk's story. I mean, he said he wouldn't shake his hand. I don't know if that happened or not, but all I can say is Mr. Regal was not a stooge when I was there.